Hello, boys and girls. It's Miss Pridmore, and this is grade 2, module 7, lesson 25, the problem set. For my class, we're on page 285. Okay, let's look at what it says. Use the data in the chart provided to create a line plot and answer the question. The chart shows the heights of the second grade students in Mr. Yin's homeroom. So we have a range here. The range of heights is from 40 inches to 48 inches. And you can see that we're going to need to mark our line plot by ones because the increments increase by ones, right? Okay, good. So we need to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hash marks on our line plot, okay? Now, before we do that, what should we call our title? We could do height of second graders, right? Or Mr. Yin's students' height. I don't know. I'm going to go with heights of second grade students. Not being very creative today, am I? Height. And I'm going to make it plural because there's going to be more than one shown on the plot line. Heights of, oh, I got it, of Mr. Yin's second graders. That's good. That's better. Mr. Yin's second graders. Okay, so we need to make 9 plots. Now, I'm going to start right at the beginning, I think. 1, and I'm going to see if I can split this up just about evenly. So if I go here and make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, no, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. You notice before I begin making my hash marks, I tend to try to space them out in my head mentally before I even begin. So here we go. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. They're not perfect, but I want to just kind of have an idea so that I don't have major differences in the gaps between them. Okay? Okay. So Ms. Pridmore taught my class to write our number of inches or whatever number you're plotting sideways so that you have plenty of room to fit that number without running into your next number. So I'm going to start with 40 inches, then go up 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48. And I can put inches. I'm just going to put it underneath this first one. Okay. Now, how many students measured a height of 40 inches? Just one, right? How many measured a height of 2? I'm sorry, of 41 inches. 2 students, right? So what do my X's stand for? Correct. My X's stand for the number of students, okay? All right, how many measured 42 inches high? Again, 2 students. How many measured 43 inches? 3 students. How many kiddos were 44 inches high? 4. Now I spot a little bit of an issue, so I'm going to fix it right now. You'll notice that here where I made 2 inches or two X's, I made them a little higher than I made these, and so it looks like they're the same height as 3 students. So I'm going to bring that down. That is a little bit important, and I'm going to talk about that in just one moment, because when we look for trends, we want to make sure that the height of our X's is pretty consistent. You'll see why in a moment, okay? So here are 3 X's, 4 X's. Now we need 45 inches. There were 4 students who measured that height as well. And notice I do tend to keep my X's pretty small because sometimes in the previous lesson was a great example, you have to plot out 12 or 13 X's and you can start really getting into a really high vertical line. So I try to keep them small, but I make sure that I keep them about the same size and distance from each other. And I try really hard not to let them intersect or connect with each other. That way they're easy for me to count, okay? Okay, 46 inches, there were 3 students. And 47, there were 2 students. And 48, there was 1 student. Now, the reason it's kind of important to keep your X's about the same measurement or the same size is because we're going to look for the trend line. And I'm taking my highlighter to show you guys because this is a really clear trend. The measurements go up, they level out between 44 and 45 inches, and then they go down, right? So it's a nice upward slope and downward slope. Okay. What is the difference between the tallest student and the shortest student? Okay, careful here. Tallest is talking about inches, not how many students. So the tallest height is 48 inches, and the smallest height or the shortest is 40 inches. So there's 8 inches in between, right? So I'm going to write 48 minus 40 equals 8. I just want to write the equation. Some teachers are really particular about that. I don't think these directions asked you to, but still good to know where you got that number from. 48 was your tallest height, 40 was your shortest. And so the difference between the tallest student and the shortest student is 8 inches. So I'm going to say the difference, and I'm really just copying this exact sentence and then adding is 8 inches. The difference between the tallest and shortest students is 8 inches. Okay, how many students are taller than 44 inches? Underline taller. Okay, 44 inches is here. To be taller, you need to be on this side of that mark, right? So let's count them. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 students are taller than 48 inches. Again, hold on here. I'm going to count that again. So on this side of the 44 hash mark, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 students are taller than 44 inches. Shorter than 44 inches, and that is not a complete sentence, even though they put an uppercase S. I'm going to make it a lowercase. All right, shorter than 44 inches means that I can't start here. I have to start on this side of that line, right? Because this is equal to, we want shorter than. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 students are shorter than 44 inches. I'm just going to write 8 students are shorter. Really out of space here. Okay, let's move on. It says the chart shows the length of paper second grade students used in their art projects. So imagine you're doing a cool project for Miss Pridmore, and some of you used 3 feet of paper, some used 4 feet of paper, some used 5 feet of paper. What is this, a bulletin board? Some of you used 6 feet of paper. Oh my goodness, that's taller than me. Okay, so 2 students used 3 feet. 11 students used 4 feet. 9 students used 5 feet. And 6 of y'all made a huge, huge bulletin board. Okay, here we go. It says we need to plot these on the line. What are we going to call this? Are we going to call this number of students? No, right? We're actually plotting how many students used each length of paper. So let's see, what could we title this? Students art project length. I don't know. Not very great. If we think of a better title, we'll come back to it. Okay, so let's see. We have 3, 4, 5, 6. We need to make 4 plot lines. And you'll notice that they go up by ones again. So 3, 4, not like 5, 10, 15, right? So we're gonna go up by ones and we need to make 4 hash lines. Okay, so 4 is a pretty easy number to make. I'm just gonna find my midpoint. I'm not gonna use this hash mark. I'm gonna use one here for the end of my line, right in between 3 and 4. Let me even these out just a little bit. Okay. So this is going to be my 3 feet hash mark, my 4 foot hash mark, 5 and 6. All right, now let's take a look. How many students made an art project with 3 feet of paper? 2, right? How many made it with 4? 11. Okay. So I can already tell you guys that I'm going to need to make this a little bit shorter and bring these 2 guys down. Otherwise, I am not going to have space to write 11 X's up. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to show you a trick now. If you don't use colored pens in your class, that's okay. We do, because we have friction pens that erase. And I want to grab a different color for my next 5, just so that it's easy for me to count. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then I'm going to do 11. So that's really easy for me to see that I have 11 because I can count 5 and 5 pretty easily. Can you guys see that, or is it just too small? Hopefully you can see on this camera. Okay, now how many had a project length using 5 feet? 9. So I'm gonna go, again, I'm gonna lower my hash mark a little bit. So we're all starting on the same point. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, and then 6 feet, there were 6 people. Okay, so here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to put 6. Now you don't have to use 2 separate colors. I like to do that because I think it's really easy when I see this and it's in groups of 5, I can spot that that's 11 very quickly. Okay? All right. How many art projects were made? So if each student made their own art project, then all we need to do is count up all the students. Be careful not to count all the lengths of paper. We're counting students. Okay, so here we go. So 1, 2 plus 11 is going to give me how much? 13 plus 9, that's that mental math, 22, plus 6 is 28. Now let's double check. What's an easy way to do this? Well, it's really simple, guys. We can just count our X's. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. 28. So 28 projects were made. What paper length occurred most often? That's easy, right? The paper length that was used most often was 4 feet. You can tell it's the highest point. 4 feet. If 8 more students used 5 feet of paper and 6 more students used 6 feet of paper, how would it change how the plot line looked? Okay, so let's add that, right? So we want to add 5 more students to this number. 8 more students. 8 more students to 5 feet. Do that first. So I'm at 9 right now. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Woo. Right to the very end of it, huh? Okay, and then we're going to add 6 more students to 6 feet. All righty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, which is the highest? 5 feet, right? So it's going to bring your peak up. And then it's going to decrease, but not as much as it did, it's not going to decrease all the way yet, right? It's going to make, let's take a look at this slope. It's going to be a steady increase and then a decrease. That's the way our plot line is going right now. Okay. How would it change how the plot line looks? What do you think, guys? I'm going to say that it would change the peak height to 5 feet. So I'm going to say it changes the peak of the slope to 5 feet. So before, 4 feet was the highest point, right? Because the most people used 4 feet of paper. Now our highest point is 5 feet of paper. Good. Draw a conclusion about the data in the plot line. What conclusion can we draw now? Well, we could draw the conclusion that the fewest number of students, the length that was used by the fewest number of students is 3 feet. Okay, so I'm going to say the length used by the fewest number of students is 3 feet, right? Only 2 students use 3 feet. Really great job, you guys. All right, Ms. Primor's class, you get working on your exit ticket and take a picture and send it in to me. So long.